What's up, everybody? J Dark here, and this is episode 3 of Digital Gaming News podcast. Today I have with me Brett from Real Canadian Gaming.
Hello.
And I have Nova from Nova Lunatic. Which...
I thought you meant like...
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Nova. So... Today we're going to be talking about a couple articles here related to gaming. But before we get into that, I just wanted to ask you guys, Brett, what have you been playing this week?
This week, not too much. Wrestling. That's mostly it. Pretty much, yeah. And I've been playing some Madden too.
I only play wrestling when I want to see John Cena get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Which is any time I see John Cena, especially when he's related to a fucking Nintendo fucking commercial. Oh my god, that pisses me off.
What's wrong with John Cena?
Everything.
He's a big, muscly motherfucker.
I don't like him.
I mean, there's definitely worse people you could...
No, yeah, there's worse people. But I don't like him.
What?
He just annoys me. Okay, we're not gonna... You don't want to get into why I don't like Cena.
This isn't the John Cena podcast.
This isn't a wrestling podcast.
Yeah, that'd be...
I've learned from experience that people don't like talking about wrestling on non-wrestling podcasts, so we're gonna just skip that. Nova, what have you been playing this week?
So far this week, I've been playing some, well, actually a lot of Fortnite, with, along with, some, Rules of Survival and World War Heroes, and the second Monument Valley.
Right. Wasn't Fortnite that game that was surrounded by a lot of controversy about the Kickstarter?
No. It is with PUBG though, and them suing Epic for it.
The Fortnite, it was a player who was using mods, and
I thought there was
they were being sued.
I thought I remembered seeing something about a Kickstarter controversy, and I guess...
I don't know if that's for Fortnite.
No, I think it was another one, I guess.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Fortnite had the lawsuit from PUBG for copying their gameplay, for copying their game when PUBG uses the Epic Games, like...
Right,
what's that shit called?
I heard about that.
Game engine? Yeah.
Right, so... What I've been playing, if anyone cares, is, actually, I've gone back and I've been playing, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Nice.
Dusted off my Xbox, my original Xbox, and I've been enjoying that game all week.
Nice.
Yeah. So, I guess we're going to start with this story here. Pornhub reveals the most popular gaming character searches.
Yes.
Oh God.
We're going to learn... Do I need to read the article? I guess I will.
I don't think so.
No? Okay, we get to the list.
You probably just give the list of the thing.
Yeah.
All the graphs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they decided to do it, what gets searched the most, and let's see. We've got, what's that? Diva from Overwatch, really?
Oh.
Yeah, this is Pornhub. Pornhub released this article. Released the information.
The next one is Mercy from Overwatch. Tracer from Overwatch. So, right at the top, 3 fucking Overwatch characters, and I've never even played the fucking game.
Me either.
But, okay, Misty from Pokemon.
Of course.
Yeah.
Alright. Lara Croft, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had Lara Croft in a Nintendo Power magazine when I was young, and I used to sneak away with it and do unspeakable things in the bathroom.
Like with their pointy titties. Imagine back in the day if you like had like the new and improved Lara Croft. Imagine that.
Fuck that. When I was 12, that was good enough for me. Anyway, who's next? Zelda from Legend of Zelda. You know what? That's a weird one, but I will admit I have done it. I've gone there.
I don't think she's over sexualized, but she's like cute.
Yeah, no, I've seen some pictures that you would probably would make it would shock you, this sort of depraved, horrible things I watch. Look at. Right, Melina from Mortal Kombat.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Widowmaker from Overwatch. Fuck. Why is this Overwatch thing so popular?
I think she should be up top.
Okay. The next one, I'm going to admit, I've gone there as well, especially when I was really young. Dawn from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was young, I totally had a crush on Dawn. And
I actually both of them together, Misty and Dawn.
That Melina chick from Mortal Kombat's with the gross teeth.
Oh yeah.
It's Dawn in May, by the way. That's what you want to see.
Dawn in May.
I'm gonna have to do that.
This is getting creepy. They're 12-year-olds. God, the fuck is wrong with you people?
12-year-olds?
No.
Yeah, over a million searches.
It's fine. It's in porn. They're automatically legal somehow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's cartoon. Yeah.
Ash from Pokemon? Really?
All right. Well,
I can't say I've gone there.
Well, I mean,
although
searching for Dawn with Ash or Misty with Ash or something like that.
I read this really weird comic strip once. I don't remember where I found it or how or why.
Oh no!
But it was like raining, and Ash goes into this guy's house and starts taking off his/her clothes, and it's like the guy's like, "Whoa, you have breasts?" And she's like, "Yeah, my parents make me pretend to be a boy." And I'm just reading this and seeing it and thinking, is this sexy to anybody? Is this... Yeah, I'm Ash. I'm pretending to be a boy, but oh wait, I'm actually a girl.
I have big titties.
Is that getting people off? Is that really getting people off?
Probably.
I don't know. Fucking hell. It's the Japanese.
I mean, My Little Pony gets people off, so I'm not surprised that gets people off.
Yeah, actually, I cannot say it's the Japanese. I apologize for that immensely because that is racist. What I meant to say was, it's Japan.
Japanese.
See, if I say it's the Japanese as a people, then it's perceived as racist.
Same thing.
No, I'm saying it's Japan as a country. Just like I can say America, right? Or I can say...
But call them the Japanese be like the Americans.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like the people, not like the race.
A lot of bronies are American, aren't they?
Yes.
Oh god.
Even though Canada invented the shitty My Little Pony show.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I have a Canadian friend that's a brony. He tried to get me into it a while back. I was slightly intrigued when I heard that a famous Star Trek actor was in it.
He's not that bad, actually.
Yeah, he was pretty good, and that was about the only good thing about that show. I did watch it. I enjoyed his character. It was a fun little nod to the first episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. But then after that, it just gets into the pony shit, and it's just not interesting, you know. With him in it as a little thing, you know, fine. Like, it was enjoyable. It was mildly enjoyable. It's still nothing I would go and watch on my own. It seems more the sort of thing that's designed for little girls, and then
it makes really good background noise when you're jerking off to Ash with big titties.
No, but it makes... No. Oh god, no. No, but it's the point of it is for the little girls who watch it, for their fathers.
Yeah.
to have something to go, oh yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, maybe this isn't such hell. You know, watching telly with the kid. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it's
Yeah.
for. Okay, and to see it as anything more than that is just insulting.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people never want to grow up. You know.
I mean, the creator left the show after like the second season. That's gotta tell
Really?
you something.
Mm.
Yeah, she left. Like
Oh,
after like
God.
the bronies became a thing, she left the show. She realized what a monster she
like,
created.
Nope. I'm not doing that.
By the way, if you were seeing my camera, you'd know that there's a bunch of toys and shit behind me, so I clearly haven't grown up myself.
Perfect.
Didn't
Perfect.
mean to insult people there. Okay. I don't know anything about that pony bitch. It was not the worst thing I'd ever seen, but I would much rather have been watching something good and grown up, like Doctor Who.
There's a lot of other good kids cartoons that like aren't My Little Pony.
Pokemon, that's it. That's all I'll do. I'll watch old Pokemon, maybe some old Batman.
I watch anything that doesn't have a potential for people to jerk off to it.
Yeah. Right. Let's finish this list up. We got Sombra, another fucking Overwatch character.
And these Overwatch chicks are pretty they're pretty attractive. Like,
Really?
yeah, they're pretty good.
Maybe I'll give it a try then. I picked up a game called Knights of Azure 2 for the Switch because it looked like it had some sexy anime chicks in it, and I mean, those games catch my attention, but I picked up that one because it looked fun, also, and it was so.
It was okay. I think and I got clickbaited. It sucked. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. No, it's actually a good game. A lot of those anime girl titty games, whatever. Oh look, there's big tits and shit. You know, they usually half-ass the gameplay, but it's by Team Ninja, so
Yeah.
they usually do some good stuff. Also, Fire Emblem Warriors, which I also picked up along with that other one, and I've been.
That's that weird like samurai warrior type game, right?
No, it's like, well, I guess
It's like super hack and slash, and you run around.
Yes.
Like Hyrule Warriors.
Yes.
That style game, Dynasty Warriors, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors, and that's like they take the gameplay, but they set it in the universe of a different game. And this one is the Fire Emblem series. And I've never been a huge fan of the Fire Emblem games. I've appreciated them for what they are, but I've never really got into them.
They change their genres too much whenever they release games.
Yeah, but I like the mobile one. And that's really saying something, because I hate mobile games. I despise the Kingdom Hearts mobile game, but I have to play it because it's Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
I've gotten into it a bit, but it's still, I despise it. As far as Kingdom Hearts games go, it's terrible. But
Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, those are great. And by the way, we're actually in the year officially, finally, that Kingdom Hearts 3 will be released.
It says it's supposed to be released 2018, but there's no actual release date yet, so I won't be surprised if it's pushed back till next year.
No, they confirmed it already.
Did they actually?
At the end of the year.
They confirmed it will be released in 2018. They put 2018 at the end of a trailer, and then
I'm still iffy because they could still push it back.
And then after Tetsuya Nomura said, I was in an interview or something, he said the game will be released in 2018. So
I'm guessing we'll get a release date at E3.
Yeah, probably. And I really hope it's sooner rather than later, but I think it'll probably be November.
Yeah, probably that around that time for sure.
But I had a fun time thinking to myself the last few weeks. You know what? Exactly 1 year from now, I will be playing Kingdom Hearts. Whether I've already finished it or not, I'm gonna be playing it. I'll be playing it over and over and over because I fucking love Kingdom Hearts, and I've been waiting for this
Yeah,
game forever. And normally,
I need to play the first 2 still.
holy fuck, mate, play all 6 of them or 7.
I have the 1.5, 2.5, and 1.8 collections on PS4. So
yeah, you gotta fucking play all those. Like,
yeah,
and you've got time. You've got time.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely.
And enjoy them. You know, don't rush through them. But like,
I think I might record them for for my channel as well.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
You know, if I didn't own all the Kingdom Hearts games and I was into that sort of thing, I'd definitely be watching other people playing it in order to get.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Fuck. In order to get the story, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's always fun to get other people's take on it too, because a lot of people think a lot of different things about it. People have different opinions about how the story goes, how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
People interpret it differently, but most people are just plain confused, which is what I love most about it. It just confuses the fans, but in an endearing way.
Yeah.
It's not saying, "Hey, I'm better than you," 'cause that's why I'm so confusing. It's saying, "No, I'm so confusing, but I love you." I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm not making sense.
These characters start to get interesting on this list.
Really? Okay. Serena from Pokemon.
Which that makes sense to me.
The female character from X and Y. Gardevoir. No.
Of course.
No.
Of course. There's
Absolutely no. What the fuck
It's
is
awful.
that shit? No. Don't even fucking. You guys can't see it, but I've got a Gardevoir plush here, and fucking hell, no. This is my baby. Fuck. Oh my god. Can you guys not hear me?
Oh,
I can
no,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Can? Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
I was looking up Gardevoir porn right now.
Oh my god. No.
Oh,
Fuck.
nice. This one's good.
I'm pretty sure,
Oh,
though,
God,
that
fuck,
somewhere on that list, the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise is going to be in there.
It's
You'd hope.
It's almost over, actually. We've got Kitana, a fucking Mortal Kombat character.
Mhm.
And then we've got
Oh my.
I don't know. Another fucking Overwatch character, so it doesn't really matter, does it? And, oh my god. Pikachu.
Pikachu
Why?
was the last.
Sweet Pikachu. How
Why?
could they have
Oh
done
my.
this? What did you send me?
Oh, God.
You have to tell me what you sent me, because otherwise if I open it, it's going to be open on the show.
Don't open it on the show.
Okay. What?
I have a feeling what it might be.
Okay, I see what it is. You're a fucking ass. That's not funny. That's not
I
funny.
found one with like Ralu.
It
or
did
Ralts
almost.
get,
It did.
like, with a
I
boner.
think
Oh,
everybody.
God.
I think everybody on the show saw the address to that link. So
Oh, it's like a redirect link. I don't think it says anything, does it?
I opened the redirect link and it showed me the link.
Mm.
So I think everyone saw that. So if anybody
Perf-
is a fucking disgusting pervert in the audience, you can go deal with that after you've finished watching this and after you subscribe and like and go to all of our channels and subscribe to those.
Subscribe to my channel for more Pokemon porn.
Okay, you made a promise. You have to actually do that now. I will be watching.
I talk
God.
about it all the time. I was showing you because I don't get banned, but I do talk about it a lot.
Right, so that's the list.
There's also a graph
What
of
else?
traffic by game console on here.
Oh, so what console is used to browse Pornhub?
It shows all the consoles and like the most and what percentage of those consoles are used. It's pretty good.
So this is which consoles are used to view Pornhub.
No, it lists all of them and it shows like
Okay.
it says just gaming consoles. It
So-
shows like what percentage of gaming consoles are used.
I wish I could zoom into this. Okay, so we've got Xbox, is 32%.
Mhm.
PlayStation is 56%, which is the biggest. Okay.
Wow.
Everybody's viewing on PlayStation. I guess that's PlayStation 4, not Vita. PlayStation Vita is 5%.
Well, I don't know. I think technically that would still be Sony, so it would all be in like.
No, they're under two different things.
Yeah.
So
They're two different
PlayStation,
consoles.
I guess PlayStation
Oh,
means
yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the Xbox probably means the Xbox is actually.
Yeah. So then 3DS, is that like 1%?
Yeah.
And then Wii is I am basically colorblind, so figuring out which of these are which is
Wii is also at 1% now.
okay. And Wii U is at 5%. So
Maybe look at the change in traffic. The Wii dropped and the 3DS gained a bunch of traffic.
yeah. That's very interesting. It's good to know how people are misusing their consoles.
It's perfect.
I just got that link.
Okay, that's yeah. Right. So that's an interesting story.
And apparently, Pornhub's is mostly gonna be make support for the Switch.
What? They're trying to make the Switch. Okay, yeah.
This is part of the promise it will support the site on the Switch.
Okay, that's good to know that I can use my Switch for that, or I could use my laptop or
Nope.
my tablet.
Yeah, use your Switch to watch the Ash big titty porn.
Or a television. No. God.
I only watch Nintendo porn on my
Fuck you.
Switch.
You know what? I should ban you for this. This is a family-friendly presentation.
I keep brand loyal, so I only watch things related to that brand on that device.
Oh god. Okay. Next article here. We'll all probably have something to say about this. World Health Organization plan to declare gaming a mental disorder. Inevitable, Calgary expert said. So this is what a Calgary expert is saying. Okay.
Okay.
So this isn't a fact. So that's
I've
good.
seen lots. That's stupid.
That's good right there to see that nobody particularly credible is actually saying that this is a fact. This is just someone who calls himself an expert. Okay, that's great. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll.
It says WHO is officially recognizing it as a disorder already.
Well,
whatever WHO is.
Doctor.
Doctor Who. No, World Health Organization.
You can't do it backwards. You know, like you set someone up to say Doctor Who. Yeah, you can't do it backwards. Anyway. I guess I'll read this. Where is my old what is that old razor blade that I used to cut myself when I was 13? I'm definitely gonna need that for reading this article. Now,
oh jeez.
you may think I'm just joking around when I say that, but I'm gonna actually get into this, okay? When I was younger, and look, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have dealt with mental health issues for most of my life. I have dealt with an increase in mental health issues ever since I was about 12, 13. Nova, would you mind muting yourself for... Oh, never mind, it's fine. Anyway, sorry about that. It's just... So I dealt with an increase in mental health issues, and throughout all that time, one of the few things that helped me was gaming. So, you can sit here and because I already know the agenda behind this article. I don't need to read it to get what the agenda is, and what the agenda has always been for these people who want to demonize gamers and, to a better extent, demonize video games because they simply don't like them. And it makes me sick because I can state for a fact that whether or not you think gaming is a problem, it can in fact improve the lives of those with mental health disorders. Real mental health disorders. Anyway, sorry about that, Nova. It was just background noise. You don't have to mute yourself. It's just
No, that's fine.
distracting. But yeah, that is just something that I had to get off my chest before I read this, because I know it's going to infuriate me. So, the World Health Organization has declared video game addiction a new category of mental disorder. Okay, there's a problem with that. Addiction isn't exactly a mental health disorder. And most forms of addiction are not viewed as such. Addictions are viewed as illnesses, but not necessarily mental illnesses. Because we know that people who have actual addictions have chemical reliances to the things they're addicted to.
It could be mental because it's like dopamine's in your brain, right?
I may have just contradicted myself slightly with what I said there. I don't know. I'm not going to read too much into it. But what I'm saying is, I'm not too familiar with the idea of addictions being, mental health disorders. I think that's kind of ridiculous.
I don't consider addiction to be disease or like a health thing at all. I think it's like a personality trait type thing where like some people just aren't susceptible to being addicted.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it's also true that there are some people who are literally unable to, stop.
Yeah.
So it's just, something that has to be kept in mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, that won't become as much of a surprise to parents of young gamers, which is where Dr. Brent McDonald often comes into the picture. McDonald is a Calgary psychiatrist who spoke to the home stretch about the WHO decision and how parents or others should deal with someone they think might be addicted. Well, there has been debate raging for years over whether or not to declare video game a mental disorder. Really? There's been raging debate over that for years? I don't...
Apparently.
There's been a group of cranky old people going, oh, these kids today and their video games and their Dr. Marios and the bleep bloops and the... fucking hell. Like, this has not been a raging debate over the years. Video game is quickly becoming the next major art form. Okay? Some would argue it already is. Okay?
Yeah.
Gaming is used for many reasons, but, as with movies and books and such, they're used to portray a story. They used to tell stories. So,
I mean, there's been so many other studies that say that gaming actually helps out with like hand-eye coordination and like all of that other stuff.
Oh, we were reading something like that on the last episode.
Yeah.
How it's actually good to I think it was on the first episode actually. About how it's good to no, what's the last one? Play video games with your young children.
Yeah.
That was.
I wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, what were you gonna say? Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I wasn't able to join that day, but I was watching it a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's not a problem. I'm planning to do this every other week now, so this episode probably won't be as long as the last one, hopefully. But yeah, we were talking about that, and again, from personal experience, and I know it's anecdotal, but really, video gaming has helped me with multiple mental health issues, with depression. It's absolutely brilliant to pick up a video game when you're depressed, and especially to the extent of being suicidal. You know, to experience a story, or to become someone else, that can be extremely helpful. And that's another thing. Maybe this addiction of yours that you're seeing is somebody's way of, is somebody doing that. Is somebody's way of treating an actual mental health disorder.
Or somebody escaping the reality of what they think is horrible at the time.
Yeah.
Or,
and so for people, and so I've used it for that. I've used it to help with things like OCD, you know, obsessive compulsive disorder. Certain games can be very therapeutic for that. Anxieties, you know, video gaming helps with that. And gaming is something that was there for me when I had nothing else, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, and that's why I really won't have people talking out of their asses trying to make up some bullshit because they have an agenda, you know.
Well, it's kind of like clickbaited the way they write these articles, because you actually look at the draft they're putting into like the mental health like organization. It says that to the extent that gaming takes precedence over the life interests and continuing this dispute, risk of being detrimental to your health, such as lack of sleep or eating, right? So it's saying like it's to the point where like you're not sleeping or eating because you're gaming, like it's like dangerous, you know?
Yeah.
Which that it's not like just I think they realize that like everyone's like it's not bad for everyone.
There are people that take it to that extent.
Definitely.
Okay. There are people who spend their entire fucking paycheck on World of Warcraft. You know?
That is true, yeah.
But this is trying to tell us gaming is dangerous, and it's trying to tell us, because the rest of the article is basically aimed at parents. It's trying to
that one, yeah.
It's trying to scare parents into not letting their children play video games, and my parents fell for that. My parents didn't let me play video games. I used to play when I was like 10, 11, 12. I played like video games on the computer, like educational games. But actual video games in my house weren't allowed. And one day my grandmother gave me a Game Boy, and holy fucking shit, my life changed. Okay, there was so many times I needed it in my life, and it was helpful.
How about that?
No, like,
Maybe you have to cover it.
no, you're going over again. Fuck, what was I saying?
Game Boys.
Yeah, I got Game Boy, and that was like the best thing in my life.
Yeah.
You know, and my parents were always very, they didn't really want me playing video games, and they were upset that my grandmother got me that, but they didn't really object too hardly to it. But they didn't buy me video games for a long time. They would just, you know, put up with it. Until one day, my parents actually got us a GameCube for Christmas, and I was like excited. But I later learned that was also a gift from my grandmother. So my grandmother, who has no knowledge of gaming whatsoever, has been providing my gaming for my entire life. And honestly, if I didn't have that, you know, fucking hell, like, there were like, some of my darkest times, and I know that's not what everybody uses it for, but for me, it really was helpful there. And dealing with an identity disorder, which I've also had for a while, certain games, certain role-playing games are also very helpful for that. I don't want to go too deeply into what my identity disorder is, but just for someone who has a hard time, figuring out who they are and distinguishing reality from, fiction and imagination, it can be very helpful and grounding to have those things. To have certain video games where you can either play as yourself or play as an identity that's completely different, and that'll help you learn, the difference. And I know that doesn't sound like much to a lot of people, but especially to young children who are very imaginative, that can be...
Yeah.
Right. That can be helpful. And,
Yeah.
I know of parents that, raise their children playing video games and, use it to teach them things, and so this whole thing. Anyway, the rest of the article, just you get the idea of what I was saying. A bunch of bullshit. And then next bit of the article says, what makes games so addictive? So let's take a look at this. This is laughable from what I see, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's brilliant. It's written by CBC, so you never know. Basic element that gets so many gamers hooked is the instant gratification of it all, McDonald said. As soon as you press a button, you're getting a very basic but very powerful reinforcement. Be it sound, be it light, be it an achievement of some sort, McDonald said. It's very reinforcing, so it's not surprising to see it become something that people have a lot of problems with. Anyone want to comment on that?
I'm just gonna try to find the article.
Well, I don't know. When it comes down to, like, I mean, I know that like when you get like really into a game, and for example, if you stop playing for a while, like, you do want to play it, but at the same time, there are those people who either just constantly play it, or like, I kind of don't want to say normal people, but there's people who do. But there are people who worry about their responsibilities first. So, I mean, in that sense, I don't really think it could.
It can be, but look, here's my thing. It can be dangerous, just like a lot of things can be dangerous. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
So, it's kind of disingenuous to say, to show this is a huge, video gaming is a huge problem, rather than saying addiction is a problem. Addiction is a huge problem, and we need to do something about addiction in general. Because there are people that have addiction issues, and they could get addicted to anything. Gambling, gaming,
alcohol, cigarettes,
absolutely, food,
any drug, really.
Candy. People get addicted to
caffeine.
People get addicted. People get addicted to fucking cutting themselves. There are people.
Marijuana.
There are people. Hey,
no,
marijuana.
That's not addiction. That's not
addictive.
No, it is though.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No,
the actual substance itself
no,
is not.
I won't hear it. I won't hear it. Not on
If
my.
anything else would be addicting, it's definitely is. There's people that can't function without it. How's that not an addiction?
Well,
That's when you it's people with like
wanna actually
major health problems, like really bad arthritis or something, and they use it every
No, I
day.
mean like people that smoke it so much they literally can't function unless they wake up and smoke in the morning before they do anything.
Well, look,
Well,
I take
that's
it.
different then.
I take it medicinally,
Yeah.
and that is a fact for me. And it's not that I can't do anything, but I have
No.
I have a lot of trouble doing a lot of things without it. And the
Mhm.
reason for that isn't because I need the marijuana. The reason for that is because there's something
No.
wrong with me that the marijuana
Mhm.
fixes.
Exactly.
So that can also be the case with a lot of people who seem addicted to marijuana.
Well, I mean, I don't mean like a prescribed marijuana type. I mean like people
Yes,
as just
I know
smoke way
that.
too much
Um,
recreationally.
I've been taking it recreationally, but I've been using it medicinally until very
Yeah.
recently. I didn't have any medicinal license to use it, you know,
Mhm.
but I've been taking it medicinally because it helps me,
Yeah.
and because I've had experts tell me that it's helpful and that it's okay to use. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of people, because it's illegal and it's been illegal for so long, it's really hard to tell who's. And I mean, yeah, there is a lazy bum who fucking lives on his couch who just doesn't want to do anything unless he's high, and I get that. That's a fact.
Mhm.
Okay, there are those people, they exist, but they're not the majority of people that smoke marijuana. There's a lot of people that smoke it that are very productive members of society.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one of them. I'm not a productive member of society.
Yeah.
I sit here and make shitty videos on the internet that nobody watches. What do you like? But you know. Anyway, back to the gaming thing because.
Yeah.
Right. So they describe how it's gratifying and whatever. The organization's decision to add video game addiction to its international classification of diseases may seem inevitable, but in the United States, there has been a debate raging about that designation, a situation that McDonald says owes to the more scientific nature of research. What? Okay. The science of psychology is a bit of a slow-moving beast, McDonald said. But I'd rather see them take their time and do the scientific research rather than just say this is just another idea of mental disease or mental disorder that's popular right now. I think that's exactly what it is, and you're just not. This person does not understand what they're talking about, because it is just. It's not a mental disease, but it is just a rise of something that's popular right now. You know, people being addicted to video gaming. There were people addicted to books 200 years ago. Fuck. I mean, there's still people addicted to books.
I think it still is, but...
But there were people thousands of years ago saying, books are bad, burn all the books. You know? There were people just hundreds of years ago saying, you know, treating books the way video games are being treated. Like, oh, books are a waste of time. You know, we don't need them.
It's the religious people that want people seeing science as a thing.
Well,
I mean, back in like right when the first car was made, there was people saying, "Oh, those aren't gonna last," and "Oh, these guys are just lazy and whatever, like they don't want to work or anything," or I don't know.
I don't know.
So it's like evolution of technology is inevitable.
Yeah.
So like with gaming, it's just one of those things that's really inevitable. Some people will take it and be very addicted to it, or they won't. I mean,
yeah,
it all depends on the person.
But like this this thing that they've been trying to do for a long time to demonize gaming and make
Mhm.
it look like this, horrible thing, is just, it sickens me, because gaming is a great thing, and
Yeah.
it's what has kept me sane for many years. Because if I didn't have gaming,
Mhm.
I don't know what I would do. I'd be fucking going insane. I'd be losing my mind. I'd be like running around screaming or some shit.
Yeah.
I'd be in a hospital locked up, which is probably where
Yeah.
I belong anyway, and I'm probably headed there at some point, but they bought me some valuable time.
Mhm.
Honestly though, I don't know. Fuck. So let's learn what parents can do.
Yeah, jeez.
What can parents do?
I like the set boundaries one. That's good.
Yeah, the WHO decision to include video gaming addiction as a mental disorder does not come with a prescription or how to fix it. No fucking shit. The diagnostic process really aren't in place right now, says McDonald. Fucking cunt. Even if the World Health Community Organization, whatever thing, isn't providing much help now to kick the habit of Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto... the habits of Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto? The habits? Okay.
The habit of Call of Duty or Grand Theft, yeah.
McDonald's suggested a few recommendations for anyone who knows someone who needs to get away from their computer screen. Okay. Set boundaries around an hour a day, depending on the development level of the student or child. When you get 3... He said when you get 3 hours or plus... Oh, I'm reading it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Around an hour a day, depending on the development. Okay. When you get 3 hours plus, which is not uncommon, unfortunately, 3 hours plus actually has a fairly significant detrimental effect on social interactions and social impact.
I don't like that.
Please explain to me why.
That's almost like their phones. Like all smartphones.
Because if you have friends on your Xbox, you only talk to on your Xbox, so you play games and talk to them the whole 3 hours you're playing games with them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like how it used to be where you play by yourself all the time.
Well,
It's like online gaming now.
Exactly.
Well, the other thing is, using gaming when you're doing other things, like when you're on the go,
Yeah.
to cure boredom, not just to, hey, this is what I'm going to spend my time doing now, but, hey,
Yeah.
I have nothing else to do, I'm going to do this,
Yeah.
Fucking all the boredom I would have had as a child without video games.
I didn't really game as a child. I had it, but I never really gamed until into high school when I got my 360. That's when I started gaming.
Yeah, no, I've always been into it.
Mm.
I've always been just fucking, as
Yeah.
long as I've been able to, it's just been a passion of mine.
Oh, for sure. I've played games for a long time, but
My goal a long time ago was to finish all the Legend of Zelda games,
Nice.
and then I did
Yeah.
that before a bunch more came out, and now I'm just behind. And
yeah.
or to get a certain mostly to just finish certain series or do something finish something that's on a harder difficulty that I wouldn't normally be able to do.
Yeah.
Things like that. And but yeah, I mostly really though just put it in wherever, whenever I was bored,
Yeah.
I had nothing better to do. I didn't really, so yeah, I don't know. Do you want to read the next one?
Me? Yeah. Set those boundaries early in the gaming life of your loved one. Most parents listening are probably saying, that sounds really easy to do, but really impossible to actually apply in life. But the younger you can start this, the better because... Oh, I get it now. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like I read that. The better because it's something that's not going away. It's a $30 billion a year industry.
Yeah. So program your children.
Yeah.
Or other loved ones in your life that, program them. Make sure that they don't learn these filthy habits. I mean, there's fucking... No, gaming's not going away as an industry. And, maybe because gaming is getting so big as an industry, maybe there will finally be some decent educational games being created. Yeah. And, maybe
like
that
Minecraft.
Positive. I mean, yeah, there's that. But...
Yeah.
Fucking... Gaming can do good things. They use video games in schools to teach children things.
Yeah, that's why I remember in elementary school I used to do like all the right typing and all that shit. There's typing games all the time. Math games.
I remember Typing of the Dead.
Yep.
That was some awesome shit.
Yes.
But yeah, okay, fine, parents. If you want to instill these habits in your children, fine. That's whatever. They're your children. Hopefully when they come of age, they learn some fucking sense, but... whatever. I mean, yes, it's good to set boundaries for yourself, but this...
Yeah.
Look, maybe it's because I'm seeing this as like a sort of rigid,
Yeah.
Zero tolerance sort of boundaries, when maybe it's not meant as such. Maybe that's why it's getting me so upset. I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Fuck.
This last one, little jab.
Okay. Be your own best role model. You know what? What is this? Is this a fucking fortune cookie? Is that what this article is becoming? Am I supposed to be taking this article serious? Okay, being able to turn it off and walk away. Being able to turn it off and walk away from it and just be done with it. And not being like, okay, well, I just have to finish this level or whatever it might be.
Sometimes you can't save unless you do that. So, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to wreck my save for walking away.
Fuck that shit. The other major thing is the type of game. Yeah, what the I don't know.
It's becoming a problem in this like whole article.
The other major thing is the type of game. Okay, good. If you're with a child and you're at home and the child is under a certain age, let's say 14 or 15, they probably shouldn't be playing violent video games. No. They shouldn't be playing a whole lot of really violent video games. Okay, that was a good
Look at that.
Okay. So I have a little something for that. Is that when it comes down to like playing Call of Duty or GTA 5 or 4, whichever GTA, if you play it with your kid, that's when you sit them down and tell them, like, this is a video game, this is not real. And you need to know that so that it's, like, it's common sense to teach your kid that, right?
Well, it's also, like, common sense to know it's not real.
Yeah, but at the same time, not a lot of kids, like...
So that'd be like watching, like... A violent movie and be like, well, I saw it do this in this movie, why wouldn't I do it in real life?
Yeah, but that's when you sit them down and say, hey...
hey, movies aren't real, kid.
Exactly.
Cinderella's fake. Spider-Man's not a real person.
So yeah, I don't know if maybe I'm getting a little too pissed off at this article. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Well, this one's kind of written poorly.
It is. It is really written poorly because it's written half as an attack.
It's more of like an opinion piece than like a news article.
Yeah, it's written like an opinion piece, but it's also written kind of like an attack article.
Mm-hmm. And then it mentioned violent video games in it, which has nothing to do with the rest of the article. I'm like, come on now. You gotta bring the violent video games into it. It doesn't have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot.
Because that makes it sound like, oh, don't play violent games. Just play like the nice, not violent ones. That's what they're saying at the end there. Like, if it's not violent, it's not a big deal. It's
Well, also, it's a bit condescending to say to a parent, if this is written towards parents, which it claims to be,
yeah.
hey parents, if your children are 14 or 15, maybe they shouldn't be playing a whole lot of violent video games. It's like, first off,
Yeah, it's almost like it's patronizing.
where do you get... No, it is patronizing, okay?
Yeah.
1. 2, where do you get off telling me how to raise my children? Maybe I want my children playing violent video games. Maybe, I believe, and I probably would do this. Maybe I believe in taking out one's violence in a video game rather than in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
And
That's
exactly.
a better place to do
maybe
it.
a 15-year-old is fucking old enough to play violent video games, and I never got why... I mean, I get why legally they can't sell to... But I never got why that became a thing. It kind of always pissed me off, you know?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like...
I see it's like, oh, the 6-year-old kid shouldn't play Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, yeah, of course they shouldn't.
Oh, fuck. Hang on. Am I gonna be...
Oh.
No? Okay. Holy fuck. Okay. Okay. I thought I fucked up, but I did not.
Okay.
Everything's okay. Stop worrying.
Okay. What happened?
Huh?
Yeah, what
Did
happened?
start playing on the video?
No, I thought I wasn't recording this whole time.
Oh God.
Oh.
Yeah,
That'd be
no,
beautiful.
Good thing you checked.
everything is fine.
Okay.
This became a really good conversation.
Yeah, I guess that's about it for this time. I guess that's it for now.
I also, from another article, I put some part that's kind of important to that like last article, like in the.
You want me to get into that quick?
Just for like that little blurb I posted like in the chat for the Skype. It's like a quote. It's like the only thing that was mostly important from that whole article I shared.
You wanted me to read that?
Yeah, just kind of
Oh.
because it adds to it a little bit, and like it's from like the actual like source, right?
Okay. All right. Let's put Skype up here.
Sorry, before we cut it off, it's
Yeah,
how it
alright.
kind of like adds to it
Sorry,
in a
I
more
didn't-
positive kind of way.
I saw that, but I didn't know what it was, so I kind of ignored
Yeah.
it. Sorry about that.
That's no problem.
Yeah, same.
According to a current draft, the criteria include making gaming a priority to the extent that gaming takes precedence over the other life interests, okay? And continuing this despite the risk of it being detrimental to your health, such as a lack of sleep and sustenance. However, this behavior must be observed for at least a year before a diagnosis can be confirmed. What the fuck?
What?
That's like the actual draft that they're adding to like the World Health Organization for like the thing.
Okay, so you have...
And then there's a little bit more after that as well.
Okay, but first, you have to observe someone doing this for over a year?
Because it's to see if it's actually like damaging their health or whatnot.
What?
Because that's when it becomes a mental health disorder, is when it's damaging your like person.
So you're putting someone in a room.
So basically, you have to have a doctor. You have to check up
Who's
on
gonna
you all
be
the
the-
time.
Yeah, because is this gonna be a fucking...
Thank God for free Canadian healthcare.
This must be... Well, I guess the parents have to observe it. But
Yeah, I imagine it'd be parents
a
who
parent,
like.
but a parent
inform
can't
them.
diaggnose a child. And a
Well, no, that'd be
and a parent...
with a
But,
doctor probably, right?
no, but the parent isn't going to necessarily be accurate if they have a bias
no.
against video gaming. If they're, oh yeah, my child plays 8 hours a day, when one, they might not even be observing their child throughout that whole time, so they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And two, how is a fucking doctor going to take the word of a parent in order to make such a serious diagnosis?
I'm sure,
especially like that.
I would say,
why wouldn't the parent be watching their kid?
but I would say that this is not going to be something that can be easily diagnosed at all.
No, for sure. That's why that's why this even
Trying to
take
have
much
this
time
whole
to
thing.
diagnose it.
Yeah, trying to have this whole thing is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what to say. I should have been reading that instead. Fuck.
Yeah,
this.
that basically summed up the whole article.
Why? It doesn't.
Then there's a little more that like explains.
But at least, I mean, at least those symptoms, for lack of a better word, make sense.
Yeah, that's like a better way to put like.
It is, but the way they make it seem in the other article, which I'm guessing is just an opinion piece at this point.
Like, gaming's bad.
Yeah.
All gaming's bad, yeah.
It makes it seem like more of a danger, whereas... So they're trying to take this thing... They're saying, okay, this is being made a mental disorder, okay? And they're taking this and being... Look at this huge thing, it's a mental disorder now. Now it's dangerous, it's bad, you know? When it's really just this tiny... They make things... They probably add things to the mental disorder list every fucking day.
Yeah, probably.
And the fucking the list of criteria for this, you know, diagnosis would really make it seem as such, because it's definitely not something that can be easily diagnosed, and
no,
it's probably not something that's a huge risk to most people. So it's wrong on both counts. According to Ponziak.
I think it's
Posniak. Okay. The WHO had been considering this inclusion for the better part of a decade. I'm sure they have. And now the consultations with mental health experts, after consultations, the organization is satisfied it meets the criteria of a disorder. Okay. No. But fine. When asked why the other technology-based addictions were not being included, Posniak said, "There's simply a lack of evidence that those are real disorders."
I don't know why gaming's not included.
There's simply a lack of evidence that those are real disorders. I'm sorry, but that sums up the entire fucking article. You know what?
Okay.
I think it even sums up the Pornhub article as well. That just sums up everything. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What a fucking... That is such a logical fallacy if I ever heard one. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay.
That was like the main part, like that article that actually was like worth like reading.
Why are these people, and you know, they're called experts, right? They're not called professionals. So we don't know what the fuck they are or what they do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I question the expertise of anyone, but especially someone who's coming up here with such weak arguments and such
I think that guy, he's part of the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse for like the WHO. I like how it sounds like the band The Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that part's like the Who were like wanting to add it to the list for all like the band. The band's like gaming's addictive, man. It's a mental disorder. Like what?
The doctor comes out of his TARDIS and goes, "Kids, put down the controllers."
You playing violent video games?
Well, that one song by The Who is playing. And then these
At like the World Health Organization building. So at the WHO building.
Yeah. Oh, these people are hacks if I ever... Oh my god.
Yeah.
These are like the people who... well, we're not all going to agree on this, are we? But this is like the people who write these big articles on why marijuana is dangerous and should be made illegal.
It should be legalized because all that tax money is gonna be fucking awesome.
There you go.
Like
there's like, we have evidence that that fucking marijuana makes your eyes fall out. We have
I can
evidence.
believe that.
Fucking hell.
Like there's proof the high THC levels in the body will kill cancer cells.
Mm.
So it's like
Uh-huh.
there's I mean sure there are some
I don't think
Some
weed should be smoked to get the THC into your body.
No,
But-
it's best to ingest it other ways, but right now, with it being illegal in so many places, smoking is
Yeah.
the easiest way.
Yeah, it's the easiest for sure.
If
I think
we could
smoking's
sell-
like the worst way for it for
Yeah.
you because like still smoking
Well,
your
if they
lungs
could-
and that's bad.
If they could sell edibles in the corner shops everywhere, they'd be doing that.
I mean, they do that in Vancouver.
God
BC
bless
doesn't give a fuck
Vancouver.
about marijuana. We have like a weed stop that like opened up and they sell weed with like under the counter. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know. Vancouver. God bless. it.
That's like the weed capital of Canada right there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is that
beautiful.
where Trudeau's from?
I don't think so. He's too French.
Yeah. Fucking French faggots. Oops.
I'm a
s-
quarter French.
You should call him a frog. That's a racial
Fuck it.
slur for French people.
I like Trudeau, okay? If he's gonna make weed legal, then I like him.
I don't. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna back out last second and not do it.
I don't know. All I know is that it's legal medicinally where I am, and I wish
Yeah.
that was good enough, but under principle it's not. I would have to say
No.
it needs to be made completely legal. And until
Honestly, I just like the idea of it being legal for tax money wise.
yeah, fucking hell. Why should the tax money? Why? I mean, I don't like taxes.
Taxes on it
but,
are gonna be
but why should all that money from all the drugs be going to shady people?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Why shouldn't it go back into our own economy? You know,
Yeah, that's,
it should be it. Yeah, it would fucking help. It would fucking help with America as well, if they legalized it and taxed it. Maybe they'd get out of debt. That's never gonna happen. Trump's
that's
gonna
not-
do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna get them out of debt. He doesn't know how, but he's gonna do it because he's Trump.
Yeah.
God bless
I
him.
don't know.
Maybe he'll do something good. He's done something
At least-
bad though.
At least he's not
Yeah.
Bush.
He's done. Yeah.
Ha-
Well,
yeah.
That's my opinion on it.
he is partially responsible for net neutrality though, being gone.
Yeah. He wants it. Like he wants them to win.
Yeah, and he wants net neutrality gone, and
I
Exactly.
mean,
Unfortunately-
that doesn't affect us. 'Cause Canada has its own net neutrality.
yeah, but
that
I fear that Canada will end up following suit after a while.
And Canada's is
they'll at
actually
least be
more
pressured to.
reasonable compared to the Americans.
Yeah.
that's actually what I've heard is that even though it's only in the States right now, it will affect everyone in the world.
Well, it will because it's
affect
going to affect
everyone.
the websites, which are all based in the U.S.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's not going to affect our internet bills up here in Canada, but it's going to
No.
affect our experience browsing the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, net neutrality only existed in the States since 2014, and it wasn't a problem before that. Because Obama brought it in.
Do you remember?
And no one
how-
had a problem before
Do
that.
you remember how long it took to load shit back in those days?
Also, but back in those days, there was less bandwidth and like less download speeds and stuff than there is now.
Well,
Yeah.
do you think the better bandwidth and shit has to do with net neutrality?
I don't
Maybe a
think
little
so.
bit?
Well, that's actually one of the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm
No, go ahead.
sorry. But that's actually one of the things is that basically what they want to do is have a price on slow internet for like poor people, and then the rich people get like high speed
Yeah.
freaking like, and they're gonna jack the prices up on that.
But there's also based on the people running those sites.
But
Okay, so people running a small site aren't going to be able to afford as much, and as a result, that website is going to be slower.
yeah, but those slow sites that right now they're all their bandwidth being stolen by like these big companies paying like little to no money for all this bandwidth because like it's neutral, so all these like small sites are getting like cucked over because of that as well.
Yeah.
Because like say like Netflix, they now because of this they have to pay way more for their bandwidth because it's going to cost more because they're use so much more bandwidth.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, there's not much we can do from here in Canada anyway, and it's kind of frustrating watching what's going on and seeing that the people that are able to, affect this aren't really doing their part. So,
Yeah.
It is. But at the same time, there is the change.org petition
yeah, I
that
signed it.
we can sign.
Mm.
That thing was everywhere a while back.
Oh, yeah. And now
Yeah.
people just kind of like forgot about it, and it's weird. Like, everyone was like, oh, net neutrality, we need to save it. And now it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
What?
you never hear of it.
Nobody cares anymore. People are like, oh, well, what?
I want to know what they were
whatever.
using that to distract everyone else from that they're actually doing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's all it was. It was just a distraction so they could do something super shady when everyone's paying attention to that.
Well, that is going to give corporations a lot more money, though.
Because the government can overthrow, like the
gonna
U.S.
help
government
the
can still
rich.
overthrow that, right?
They're not going to.
Was he getting rid of net neutrality? Yeah, it's gonna be, that's the only reason why they're doing it is because the government and these corporations want all the money.
I feel like they did it to hide something else, and then they're not gonna actually do that.
I don't
That
know.
did to distract people from like something else they're doing that's like really bad.
Maybe we can start a conspiracy theory show and talk about it there.
That always happens. It's awful.
But yeah, I think we should cut it here.
Yeah.
All right.
This has been good. It's been great to have you guys again. It's Brett from Real Canadian Gaming, which is another podcast, which hopefully I'll be appearing on soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a roll on that, okay? I fucking look. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I did end up firing my agent because he fucked that whole thing up. So you'll have to deal with me on that. But basically, the bottom line is sooner rather than later. Okay.
Yeah. It's a pain in the cunt.
Yeah. So and Nova Lunatic also.
Yeah, it
Say
was
that already?
actually no, but I had yeah. I can't speak apparently. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was good. Hopefully you guys will be on again, and hopefully we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, and there will be new episodes regularly every 2 weeks, and so make sure to do that. Check that out. Subscribe to all our channels as well.
Yes.
This has been Jay Darker, your host of the Digital Gaming News podcast. Thank you to Twiggy the Tree for putting together that background for us. Peace out, guys.
All right.